this whole Hollywood production in the sky thing they have coming to show us our past history with this Sananda being crucified on the cross, so that when he arrives on earth in September, people actually buy that he's the Son of God. So I just wanted to give a heads up on a few things. The Lord always reminds me in the days of Noah, especially thinking about these Anacs, these giants that are coming, because I don't think people realize that when Jesus comes, he's going to be about 10 foot tall. Not the real Jesus, this fake Son of God Jesus. And this Maitreya will also be very tall. And also, all of the forces with him, the Anacs that are with him, they're all going to be very tall, folks. They're going to be about 8, 9, 10 foot tall. So anyway, I'm going to get to a few questions here, folks. I'll answer a few before I end for the night. Question from a listener. Hey, Sherry, is there any way you can test the energy of orgone? Yeah, I get asked that all the time. Nutritionists have some kind of a tool. I don't know what it's called. It's an energy tester. Where you can test a wire to see if it's live or dead. You can use those same kind of tools on orgone to see if it's producing energy or not. What are your thoughts for this year? I think everything I've stated tonight is my thoughts for this year, because this stuff can be happening anytime. Maitreya could arrive January, February, March. I mean, he's going to come anytime now. And then after his arrival, you're going to see the locust invasion. Question from a listener, is it normal for the orgone to still smell after 4 hours of drying? Yeah, in the wintertime especially. It takes a long time for that smell to go away. In the summertime, it goes away within a day. You can make orgone in the morning and have it out in the mail at night by the time post office closes. But in the wintertime, it takes a longer time. I went to put massive amounts in my apartment, but the smell is so strong. It just takes a while. You have to leave it outside. You have to make this stuff outside. You leave it outside. It takes a longer time in the wintertime for the smell of orgone to go away because of that Bondo resin we used out of the fiberglass resin. Evil spirit name of Melchizedek? I wouldn't doubt it, because they mimic all of the Lord's disciples, all of his followers, all of his people. They even have, his own name as a demon. Demons take the names of all of the whatever they want. They're not limited. Satan calls himself God, so you're going to have a demon Jesus, you're going to have a demon Moses, a demon anybody they want to pull out. Question from a listener, do you still feel that things will be very bad by this coming summer, just 3 to 4 months away? You know what, if I'm right and the timing of these Bible Code programs are off, and this is actually 2009 instead of 2008, we could be seeing things happen in the spring of this year. Now, if I'm wrong and we have another year, then so be it. You've got more time to prepare. But just keep a heads up. Just watch. All you guys have to do is watch for this Maitreya, because I believe he's going to mimic the Lord's. When the Lord arrived, when he began his ministry on earth, it was rumored that the Son of God was here, that he was the Messiah. It was rumors throughout the land. And that's exactly what Maitreya wants to do. He wants to mimic Jesus. He wants to have it rumored that the Imam is here, the Mahdi is here. And you know what? The people over here could care less about some Muslim Messiah. And so it's going to be very, just keep your ears open, because he is the start of the whole thing. Once you see him, it's just the start, folks. It seems that the downward spiral is now getting faster, literally hour by hour. Starting to wonder if it is time to head for the hills, but not sure if that will even help. Go where the Lord leads. Is there anywhere safe? Get out of the cities. Even if you're in the towns, country, you need to be in an orgone protected area. The Lord said protect his people in the high and the dry places. Always brings that to mind to me. So head for the deserts, head for the mountains. Deserts and mountains. When the time comes, if you're not safe in your own area. We have several different invasions coming. Even with the arrival of the fourth horseman, which is Jesus, which would be this whole, the Bible says the fourth horseman brings hell and Hades with him. That's going to be this locust invasion. It's going to be all kinds of different invasions. And so, it's going to start with this Maitreya when you see this black horseman arrive. The famine's starting. And then sometime in between him and the arrival of Jesus, or perhaps the locusts will wait till Jesus arrives himself, you're going to start seeing these events happening that I've warned about. Revelation 9, Locust Invasion, and there's also another one mentioned. There's two of them in Revelation chapter 9. If you have a question for the show, you can send it to SherryTalkRadio@yahoo.com. Just for another minute or so. But clearly, folks, the whole hedonism program, I can become God, man can become God, the basis of Freemasonry, you're going to see with his whole age of Aquarius, which is upon us now. It's not coming, it's already here, this age of Aquarius. And it's going to be implemented more and more by this Maitreya, who's going to come and point out the woes of Islam and point out the woes of Christianity, and everybody's got woes, and they've got all the answers. And they're going to fix everything. And so that's basically, and it could start this year. It could start in March. March could be a dominant month. Or it could go to May. They're always delaying. And so, I do hope I have it wrong and that they just bring it on in March of this year, because I'm so sick of it. I'm just so sick of waiting. Get it on. Bring it on, Quit being stupid. Quit being apprehensive. Just bring it on. Let's go. Nothing's going to change from this year to next. People aren't ready now. They're not going to be ready next year. I don't see any big changes. I do know I can see more and more people, Dallas people standing up, and so that's good for them. What is the song title and group of music you play as intro? That's Electro Soul. I have a link on my website, thewatcherfiles.com, also at SherryTalkRadio.com. Electro Soul, Lectrosoul. And they're from Europe. That's a band over in Europe. Mark is one of my friends over at my MySpace website, so you could dig through my friends. He's actually one of my friends. I don't know who half those people are. And there's a disclaimer on my website that I don't know who those people are. It doesn't mean they're my friends that sign up as my friends, so I just approve everybody that wants to be involved with that website. But you can dig through my list of friends and find Mark from Electro Soul. He was the one who made that song. Do you have any idea who they have picked for the next prez? It's going to be a toss-up, probably a combined ticket of Obama and Hillary. Because Obama's not even human, he's lizard, and so they'd want him around for the last days just to go along with the agenda. But Hillary's always been the most dominant human. And she's always been dominant since I started the Bible codes. A dominant female leader in the last days, and that would be Hillary. I'm sure she gets amused. But I've been saying it for years, so as much as I detest what she does and the things she does, I have to say it the way I see it, and that's what I've been saying. And Obama just recently coming a part of the codes, and it's only because he's just not even human, folks. He's a lizard, here to play an agenda. Maybe if he's there for the the full safe that if Hillary doesn't get elected, he will. That way the agenda goes on. Because there's definitely going to be an agenda here that whoever is president hands over the rulership of America to this Maitreya. And so, yeah, it is going to cause a lot of uproar here. There's going to be a lot of civil chaos here in America, I'll tell you that much. It's coming, and there's going to be a lot of war in the streets. There's going to be a police state like we've never seen it, and you're going to see martial law and internment camps popping up, and yeah, and it's going to, once it starts, it's never going to turn back and be the same. It's never going to go back to a peaceful country once you see the unrest here. And so just a heads up to everybody. Until next week, everybody, I'm going to pretty much stick with this kind of area right now. Next week, I'll still be talking about the tribulation period and what's coming. Because definitely just being able to see a lot more in here and get more details that I can throw out there, like the IZL, and maybe some of you scientists out there know what that is, and why I would be seeing it in the codes, along with terms pictorial, descriptive device. To me that's satellite TV at its finest, and so I have to interpret the terms as I see them. And they're definitely there. All right. Until then, next week, everybody. God bless.